Hi everybody, it's me, Sandy. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making some sauce for you. This is a sauce that's going on top of porcupine meatballs that I'm making for my dinner, and I just thought I would share with you how I make my sauce. The porcupine meatballs recipe is from one of our former club staff, Brenda. I learned how to make it when she worked with us, and then also she just made a video for it. She had a lot of people asking about her recipe, so she made a video and is sending it out to people, which she sent it to me, and I asked her if it would be okay with her if I posted it on our YouTube channel for our virtual club experience, particularly for our iLead program. It's for ages 14 to 24, and it's kind of a life skills program. So one of the things we do is teach them how to cook. So I thought it would be perfect for that. So I've already got some stuff started, and I apologize. This is my first cooking video, so I hope I did everything right. Normally when I cook and clean as I go along. But this time, in order to make the video, I kind of prepped everything, and then I'll do my cleanup afterwards. So here's what I have started. I'll show you. In this pan is 3 cans of tomato sauce and 1 can of tomato paste. I like to use tomato paste. It makes my sauce a whole lot richer, I think. And to that I'm going to add, this is the tomato sauce I used. To that I'm going to add, I have a half a can of water here. And my mom taught me this trick. You can also use beef broth too, just to kind of get the dregs out of the can, and then pour it right in there. Plus that, if you could tell, the sauce was kind of thick, and it usually will be because of the paste. So I like to use a little bit of water to kind of thin it out a little bit. And then I have in this pan, can you see that? This is some baby portobello mushrooms and onions and garlic. I diced the onion kind of fine, sauteed it in oil. I first sauteed the mushrooms in a little bit of canola oil. I usually start my mushrooms all by themselves so that they get good color on them. Mushrooms have a lot of moisture in them, so you can't season them. You shouldn't season them right away or put other things in with them until they have a chance to cook out a little bit of their moisture. And then you can add in seasonings, onion, garlic, whatever you would like. So I am making, today I'm making a vegetable sauce. So the veggies I picked were mushrooms, because I love mushrooms. Carrots. Carrots help add a little bit of sweetness, which cuts the acidity of your tomatoes. And so in this bowl, I have, you can see it, I have carrots. I diced the carrots pretty fine. I don't know if you can see it. And then the red peppers, I diced bite size. And then I also have green peppers. And I'm gonna add that to the sauce. I also chopped up some zucchini bite size, but I'm not gonna add that right away. In my experience, when I cook zucchini in soups or sauces, if I put it in too quickly or too soon, it gets mushy. So I'll add this towards the end of the cooking time. So I'm just gonna give this a stir. Now, I'm gonna be pouring this over my meatballs. And the porcupine meatballs, they have rice in them, that's why they're called porcupine. They're a good size. They're about like that, so they're not like little mush meatballs that you would put in spaghetti and meatballs. That's gonna be my dinner, and I'll probably have a salad alongside of it. But if you wanted to use this sauce for spaghetti and meatballs, you could brown up ground beef and just put it right in your sauce when you put your veggies in, and just let it all cook down. Okay, so now it's time to add the spices. I have Lawry's, basil leaves, Italian seasoning, garlic powder, pepper, and a little bit of sugar. I put the carrots in here, so I'm not going to use a lot of sugar, but as I said before, the sugar helps with the acidity of the tomatoes, and then I also like my sauce a little bit on the sweet side. So I'm going to show you guys, if I can do this, how I season. So I don't really measure stuff, I go by looks. So that's about all of that. That was probably like maybe a half a teaspoon. And then Lawry's. This is the Italian seasoning. This is what I call my first layer of flavors. My first layer of seasoning. That was garlic powder. Not too much because I already put minced garlic in with the mushrooms. And then this is the basil leaves. And then pepper. And then I'm going to turn it on. Get my spoon and stir this in. So I start with the first layer of seasonings and then let it cook for a while, probably about a half hour, maybe 20 minutes if it's a weeknight. And then I taste it and see if it needs any more seasoning. Okay, so our sauce has been cooking for about 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes. I just tasted it. It's gonna need another layer of seasonings, and the carrots are still just a little bit crunchy, so I'm probably gonna let it cook for another like 20-25 minutes. Maybe not that long, maybe just 15 to 20. So I'll show you how we do our seasoning. So that's how our sauce looks. Doesn't it look good? We're gonna add in our seasoning salt, not too much. We don't want it to be too salty. Some pepper. I'm gonna do a good amount of pepper. Italian seasoning. Now when I season, I do it based on how it looks. It's got a nice layer of seasoning on that. That's what I look for. This is basil leaves. I'm not going to add any sugar this time because I thought it was pretty sweet. I don't want to make it too sweet. And then I'm also going to add a half a can of diced tomatoes. These are petite diced tomatoes and our zucchini. And we'll give that a stir. And then we'll pop the lid back on and we'll let it cook for another 20 minutes. Okay, so our sauce has been cooking. I did taste it again and added a little bit more seasonings, a little bit more pepper, a little bit more Italian, and a little bit more basil. The meatballs are done, so this is how I'm gonna serve it up. And there we go. You can also cook this, I did it all on the stovetop. You can also just throw everything into a crock pot and let it cook for 4 to 8 hours. And that's everything. See ya.